Yo, what's up, guys? Lucky here. It's been a while, and I kind of just want to get back into the train of uploading every day, and I want to talk about everything that's going on with ICE. We're gonna react to some videos, talk about it, and tell you guys what I think. So basically, if you guys don't know, an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman um, at Minneapolis. She was originally from Colorado Springs. So there's been a lot of protests here around Colorado that I've seen about the ICE agent because this woman was a native from here. So identified by her family as Renee Nicole Good during federal immigration enforcement operations on January 7th, 2026. Federal officials claim Good posed as a threat and that the agent fired in self-defense. Now, I've seen the video myself. I'll show you the video. There's two different angles. Well, actually three. The first angle is I think it's the spouse or friend, family member of the person who's driving, or someone that's just a bystander. I don't really know. And then the second one is a body cam of the ICE agents. And then the third one is kind of like a look around in the after view of where the crime happened. And if you guys don't know, the third one is pretty crazy because there's literally a fucking house behind that has like two giant inflatables. One's a dinosaur and one's the Tralalero Tralala, which is pretty funny. It's a pretty funny meme. Despite this horrible situation that happened. But let's just react to that real quick. Let's see. All right.
Fine, dude. I'm not mad.
In her final seconds alive, Renee Good can be heard telling ICE agent Jonathan Ross that she has no issues with him as he walks around her car stopped in the street. ICE says Good and her wife
It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
were closely following an operation. Ross has no body cam. He's using his cell phone here. Good's wife says this.
Go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
Before another agent yells for Good to get out of the car, her wife then yells at her to go. Ross is now in front of the car as Good reverses, then drives forward. Gunfire is heard.
All right. I don't. Okay. If you saw that, I mean, the cop was literally on the side of the car. He was not in imminent danger. He wasn't gonna get hurt. He was putting himself and could have moved himself. And they don't have by law. They don't have the capability of stopping cars. I believe there's a bunch of law guys in YouTube that also discussed about this. If you guys want to check them out, I'll put them down in the comments below. Sorry, description below. But let's just keep watching.
Good's car then crashes into two others that are parked. She later dies.
It's still not clear whether or not he had time to get out of the way or simply, resort to lethal force.
Dr. Alex Del Carmen is a federal law enforcement consultant who has trained agents at the FBI.
The DHS policy on shooting and moving vehicle, they say do not do that unless there is a circumstance that the vehicle has been weaponized. I'm not sure it gives us the answer that everyone's looking for here.
In another video, Ross is seen firing two additional shots from the side of Good's car.
From a tactical perspective, it's a really bad idea to do that. So that bullet could have easily ended up in another agent's body or an innocent bystander's body.
Yeah, I think there's some issues with that. That's fair.
Former Arlington Assistant Police Chief James Hawthorne agrees, but wants more context. Vice President J.D. Vance says the video proves that Ross's life was endangered and he fired his gun in self-defense. An investigation could ultimately decide that once it's complete.
But it's going to boil down to were his actions reasonable under the circumstances.
In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.
Now, kind of what I want to talk about there is some of these high officials like J.D. Vance, the vice president, and Donald Trump. They've came out to say that it wasn't, it was in his best interest, or not in his best interest, but he was supposed to do that. That's his training. He was in imminent danger, but literally you can see from the video he was not. He discharged after he was out of the way, and it's just a thing of ego, because if it carries out that as a bad thing, it diminishes their reputations and it kind of diminishes the power of ICE. And, Trump is kind of using them as like a weaponized little army that he can just control all around. I'm just going to play some of these riots that are happening in the background. but these are happening in Minneapolis, and there's smaller ones here in Colorado. Um, but I just think it's insane for good reason. There was a second shooting and ongoing tension. In a separate incident days later, a federal agent shot a man in the leg in North Minneapolis during another enforcement action. Uh, you know, there's a lot of riots going on, impact on civilians. A family with 6 children was caught in the crossfire of a protest enforcement clash, and tear gas, drawing additional criticism of crowd control tactics. Students and educators have also protested ICE raids and impact on schools. There's also federal versus local scrutiny. The U.S. Department of Justice has declined to open a criminal investigation into the ICE agents' conduct, saying the shootings appears lawful self-defense. So far nothing's been going on. As far as legal action, a federal judge issued restrictions on immigration agents' use of force against peaceful protesters in the state to protect the First Amendment rights, which is very crucial to our country. But basically, there's also somebody else that came out, the governor of South Dakota. Her name is Kristi Noem, and recently got, memed at by South Park. But basically, she was talking against the people talking bad against ICE. So she's with ICE on this, but she also, in a book, wrote that she had killed her dog. Well, in Minecraft, I have to say that for YouTube purposes. But basically took it out because it was very aggressive and ate a neighbor's chicken and untrainable. The dog was like 14 months old, and the name of the dog was Cricket. So now it's become like a very wide meme on social medias where people are like, you know, justice for Cricket and all this. So pretty funny from that meme perspective. Overall, the seriousness of the situation is messed up, of course. But there's just been a lot of things going on. I really hope that, we as the people kind of protest against this. We kind of all know what's going on, and there's a lot of comments protecting this kind of stuff, which is messed up. But first of all, no one thinks it's right. And also the ICE agent that shot that woman, they did a GoFundMe for like $160,000, which is pretty insane. A lot of people are reporting it because it's messed up. But they're calling themselves the victims and trying to get money out of the people. All the people who have been brainwashed by this left and right, or red versus blue. This whole thing. I feel like 90% of the people are in the middle and think this is wrong. But besides that, talk to you guys all later, and peace out.